Dear students, once again this animal is before you. First of all, a very nice morning to you all. In my previous class, for the students of BA Part 2 Honors in English, I have very threadbarely tried to shed light upon one of the brilliant essays written by the glorious achievement of 16th century in the field of essay, Francis Bacon, and that essay is of studies. That day I have left you unsaturated, and now I have tried my level best to enkindle your interest in that particular essay or in that great essayist. Naturally, you must have been waiting for me as a lover waits for the beloved and a disciple waits for his teacher or guru, or a thirsty person waits for water. Now, that day I have told you that Bacon is the genius. He was a versatile genius. He was not only an essayist, but he was a philosopher. He was a member of parliament. He was a jurist. He was a medical practitioner also. And he writes his essays in a very scientific way, in a very logical way. He never seems to be haphazard. He never seems to be illogical. His essays never show any anarchy. There is no indiscipline in his essays. His essays are always disciplined. The title or the theme, you can say, the theme of his essays are always based upon life. As I have told you that day, he writes about marriage, he writes about truth, he writes about doubt, he writes about studies, he writes about child rearing, and etc. So almost all essays of his is very much related to life. In this essay, as I have discussed in my previous class, he tries very successfully to shed light upon the different aspects, upon the different nuances of studies. What is a study? What for one should study? What are the objectives of studies? Why one should study? How one should study? All these things have been focused upon by the essayist in a very crispy and telling language. As I have told you, Bacon's style is an aphoristic style. It is an epigrammatic style, and in the very beginning of the essay, he very clearly, or very intelligently rather, you can say, he points out the very objective and the very purpose of studies, that studies serve for delight, it serves for ornamentation, it serves for ability, and later on he says that devoting too much time in studies is the sign of sloth. if you use too much to show yourself, that is the affectation of personality. At the same time, if one goes on always taking decisions or abiding by the rules and laws, that person becomes a laughing stock, and later on he says that the crafty men condemn studies, simple men admire it, and wise people use it, and after that, now see, open your books, go through the lines, see the lines which I am reading to you. Now comes the very, very important lines and often quoted line. Very few writers are often quoted, and Bacon is one of those privileged writers. He is often quoted. Some books are to be tested, others to be swallowed, and some few to be chewed and digested. Dear students, in these lines or Bacon, very categorically, I have told you, Bacon is a scientific essayist. He is a disciplined essayist. He is a logical essayist. His sentences are always weighty. His sentences have weight all the time. Here, Bacon categorizes book, and according to Bacon, books are of three types, three categories. The first type of books, he says, some books are to be tested, which, you should pardon me, or if you allow me to speak like this, just to make my students understand, I say that these types of book are Chaitanya book. Just these books are of very, very low importance, you can say. Just like we just test it. बहुत बात में जैसे हम लोग चटनी खाते हैं, आम की चटनी, आंवले की चटनी, या फिर ये इमली की चटनी, तो हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जस्ट टू चेंज आवर टेस्ट, वी जस्ट वी लिक इट. So these books are of you can say a little these books are of little, not a little, these books are of little importance, like the magazines like Saras Salil or this or that. You simply read it, you simply go through it, you simply turn the pages of it. These books do not fill you with information, with knowledge, just to recreate yourself, just to amuse yourself. Just you go through those pages, you simply turn on those pages, and if that type of book gets lost, you never weep for that. So such type of books, first type of book, that is. Then he comes to the second type of book, and he says others to be swallowed. यानी कि according to Bacon, some books are to be swallowed. कुछ किताबें ऐसी होती हैं which we swallow मतलब होता है निगल लेना, घुटकू बुक, which we घोट, जिनको हम घोट लेते हैं. अब ऐसा मत कीजिएगा कि आफ्टर द एंड ऑफ द क्लास यू विल स्टार्ट ट्राइंग टू swallow द बुक. अब निगलने की कोशिश मत कीजिएगा. बट कैसे निगलने की बुक? बुक्स लाइक जीके एंड जीएस, जनरल नॉलेज. For GK is very, very less interesting rather. There are not so many people, so many students who love parroting dates, information, etc. They have to do it. करना पड़ता है उनको, just for the sake of competitive exams. Since they have to pass out those exams, and in those exams questions are going to be asked, they simply parrot them, they simply swallow the information. वो उसको bitter pills की तरह. These books are just like sugar coated pills. Bitter, however sugar coated. ऊपर से शुगर का कोट चढ़ा हुआ होता है उस दवा पर. दवा तीती है, शुगर का कोट चढ़ा हुआ है. Simply they niggle it, they swallow it, they घोट it. That type of book, second type of book. Some few to be chewed and digested. The last category of book, the most important category. Such books which we we preserve. Such books we keep with respect. Such books we keep with safety. Because he says some few to be chewed and digested. कुछ किताबें ऐसी होती हैं जिनको कि हम चबाते हैं और उसको पचाते हैं. Once I have taught this essay to some of my students, and later on I got an information from his father कि सर आपने क्या पढ़ा दिया है कि शेक्सपियर के मैकबेथ को लेके हमारी बेटी चबा रही है. तो ऐसा मत कीजिएगा. Here it is a metaphorical meaning here. Is few to be chewed and digested. What does it mean? It means that the information, the knowledge which that books provide must be read again and again, must be pondered over. उसमें जो ideas हैं, upon we must brood over those ideas. BROOD. We must brood over those ideas. We must ponder over those ideas, and not only brood and ponder, we must try to implement those things into our idea, into our action, into our daily life. When we eat something, जब हम कुछ खाते हैं, we put that item into our mouth, we chew it, हम उसको चबाते हैं. After chewing, and after chewing, we simply घोट it, we simply niggle it, we simply swallow it. And what happens? There in our stomach, there is a system, and that system absorbs what the important materials from that food, and the waste item is thrown away. The waste item is drawn out with a passage, you know that. And that costly material, that important material, that the item which are good for the health, which foster our body, is changed into blood, and the blood circulates throughout our body through the help of veins, which keeps us alive. Such is the case with these types of books. These books have the power, have the potency to change the very color of life, the very objective of life. There is a poem by H.G. Longfellow, and it is a poem of H.G. Longfellow, and that poem is a psalm of life. Dear students, that is not only a poem, that is a hymn, HYMN. That is the mantra. If you go through that poem, if you try to think upon the poem, if you try to brood upon the poem, if you try to concentrate upon the poem, that poem is bound to change your pessimism into optimism. There is a poem of Dylan Thomas, Don't Go Gentle. Go through that poem, and it will pull you with the spirit of life. No doubt, death is certain. One has to die. But how to die? Either to die like a coward, or to die like a brave person. There is a poem like Sympathy, poem like Uphill. There are so many poems, there are so many stories, so many novels. There is a novel in fourth paper for you people, The Old Man and the Sea, written by great American novelist Ernest Hemingway. What a novel it is. Go through the novel. A man is born not to be defeated. A man can be, the central line of that novel is, a man can be destroyed, but he can never be defeated. So these books, if you churn these books, naturally you are going to get the bottom. Naturally, your pessimism is going to be changed into optimism. So Bacon appreciates that type of book, and provided if one choose it, if one digest it. Now see, later on the essay says, reading maketh a fool man. I have told you time and again that Bacon is an often quoted essayist. His essays, or the lines of his essays, hold much power, much water, you can say. See the lines. Reading maketh a fool man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man, which I always try to suggest you people. Reading maketh a fool man. Reading maketh a fool man. This means if you want to fill yourself with some knowledge, with some information, suppose you have to speak upon Shakespeare. So first of all, you have to read about Shakespeare. You have to gather information regarding Shakespeare. Then only you will be in a position to deliver or say something about Shakespeare. If you know nothing regarding Shakespeare, how can you speak? So first of all, you have to read. You have to gather information. So reading maketh a full man. Full means what? Full means full of information, you can say. Then he says, conference a ready man. Conference, see the importance of conference. You know the art of dancing. You know dancing, but you have not gotten a chance to dance. How can you be? How can you show? How can you dance? Of course, there is the spirit there. You have the genius of dancing with you. You have that virus in you, the virus of dancing in you, but you have not got a platform. Yeah, you can deliver a speech, but you have not got a platform. Yes, you can hit your target, but you have not got a chance. You have not got a platform. You can't show it. You can't prove it. You can't display your power. You can't display your genius. So conference, reading maketh a full man, a conference a ready man. Conference किसी काम को वो रेडी आदमी को रखता तैयार. Yeah, I have taken part in so many extempore speeches. I have taken part in debates, in symposiums. If there is a student like this who takes part in symposium, debate, conferences, ask him to speak anywhere, he will start. He will deliver. He will get standing ovation. He will get clappings. And there is a person, there is another student. He has information in his mind. His mind is full of information, but he has not got a chance to speak. He comes to the dais, and what happens? He stammers there. He hesitates. He starts perspiring. He fails to deliver. The conference makes a man ready, at the same time writing an exact man. The importance of writing, as I have told you time and again. You are a student, all of you parrot your answers. After parroting, you think that now your work is over, your calm is finished, you have done it. Now the note, that particular note is in your mind. But what happens in the examination? You forget that. Since you have not written it again and again. So writing brings exactness. See how cleverly, how emphatically Bacon highlights all these things. Bacon emphasizes upon the facts of life. Reading maketh a full man. Of course, you can't deny it. None can deny it. Conference a ready man, एक तैयार आदमी. Conference, a ready man, and writing brings exactness. So we must lay emphasis upon writing also. Now see here, histories make man wise. See what a minute observation this person has. क्या आदमी था, what a man he was, what a mind he was, what a versatile genius he was. Of course he was a man of versatility, and his is a very very brilliant mind, very 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 brilliant mind, you can say, very innovative mind, you can say, a mind which one aspires to have. History makes man wise. See the minute observation of the essayist, poets witty, the mathematics subtle, natural philosophy deep, moral grave, logic and rhetoric able to contain. Different subjects have different purposes to do in the life of a particular person. The importance of history is this, that this subject makes man wise. हिस्ट्री पढ़ने से आदमी बुद्धिमान होता है. वो हिस्ट्री नहीं कि पिछले साल 5 क्वेश्चन पूछा था, वो वाला को छोड़ के इस साल पढ़ लेंगे फिर 5 क्वेश्चन, 5 क्वेश्चंस वाली हिस्ट्री नहीं. वो परीक्षा पास करने के लिए हो सकता है कि प्रथम विश्व युद्ध के क्या कारण थे, व्हाट वर द काउजेज ऑफ फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर. तो सर हम नहीं जानते हैं सर, क्योंकि हमारे सेशन में था कि व्हाट वर द रिजल्ट ऑफ फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर. हमारे फर्स्ट वर्ल्ड वॉर का क्या रिजल्ट हुआ सर, वो हम जानते हैं क्योंकि हमने वो पढ़ा था, एग्जामिनेशन में पूछा था सर, और वो वाला क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछा था सर, इसलिए हम उसको तैयार नहीं किए. तो सच टाइप ऑफ रीडिंग ऑफ हिस्ट्री कांट मेक वन वाइज. थोरो रीडिंग ऑफ हिस्ट्री मेक्स मैन वाइज. इफ someone wants to be witty, one must read the poets. At the same time he says mathematics subtle. मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ने वाले को भैया सटल होना पड़ता है, सूक्ष्म होना पड़ता है, क्योंकि मैथमेटिक्स सूक्ष्म विज्ञान है, सूक्ष्म साइंस, सटल साइंस. थोड़ा सा इधर उधर हुआ, एग्जामिनेशन में क्वेश्चन में दिया हुआ है डिजिट 4 और आपने देख लिया उसको 6. गोबर इन जियोमेट्री कंस्ट्रक्शन जो आप करते रहते हैं, थोड़ा सा अगर इवन द स्लाइटेस्ट मिस्टेक, स्लाइटेस्ट एरर इन मेजरमेंट is going to destroy everything. सब कुछ स्वाहा, that is कुरु स्वाहा हो जाएगा सब कुछ. मैथमेटिक्स सटल, नेचुरल साइंस, नेचुरल फिलोसफी यू कैन से मेक्स मैन डीप, गंभीर जिसको आप कहते हैं. नेचुरल फिलोसफी डीप बनाता है आदमी को, मोरल साइंस मोरल ग्रे बनाता है, लॉजिक रेटोरिक एंड एबल टू कंटेन, able to be satisfied, to have satisfaction you can say. And then see, nay there is no stand or impediment in the wit, but may be wrought out by fit studies. Now leave it. Now see here, bowling is good for stone and rains. अभी तक तो आप बेकन को देख रहे थे in the field of studies, in the field of education you can say. Now Bacon comes in the field of yogas, and here he is talking to us just like a physical teacher. I think Ramdev Baba must have read Francis Bacon's essays. जरूर पढ़ा होगा उन्होंने. देखिए यहाँ क्या कहते हैं बेकन. What does Bacon say here? Bowling is good for stone and rains. If there is a bowler समझते हैं ना, क्रिकेट के तो आप लोग प्रेमी हैं, सब लोग घर में भी क्रिकेट खेलते हैं. तो क्रिकेट के में आप देखते होंगे समवन इज बॉलिंग, जो गेंदबाज जिसको आप कहते हैं, जो गेंद फेंकता है. तो देयर आर सो मेनी डिजीजेस ए पर्सन सफर्स फ्रॉम. बहुत सारी बीमारियां हैं जिससे आदमी सफर करता है. एक बीमारी ऐसी भी होती है जो दैट गिव्स बर्थ टू स्टोन्स और रेन्स इन स्टोमक. इसको आप वो क्या कहते हैं, एपेंडिसाइटिस. बहुत सारे लोग अपेंडिक्स उसको बोलते हैं, बट दैट इज एपेंडिसाइटिस. वो बीमारी है, पथरी की बीमारी, पेट में पत्थर हो जाता है. वो पानी, वो पॉल्यूटेड जो पानी है या कंटेमिनेटेड वाटर जो है, उसको आप जब यूज करते हैं तो धीरे धीरे पेट हो जाता है. लेकिन बॉलर को नहीं हो सकता है. तो इफ वन इज ए बॉलर, तो बॉलिंग इज ए गुड एक्सरसाइज फॉर द पर्सन सफरिंग फ्रॉम stone or rains. Shooting for the lungs. शूटिंग, अभी आप देखते होंगे महाभारत देख ही रहे हैं, पहले महाभारत आप लोग करते थे, अभी देख रहे हैं मान लीजिए, तो उस महाभारत में आप देखते हैं इफ देयर इज अ वॉरियर एंड ही स्ट्रेचेज हिज बॉ, धनुष को खींचता है वो ऐसे, तो इट डज full exercise for lungs, you can say. So shooting, that is archery, you can say shooting is very good for lungs and breast, you can say. Gentle walking for the stomach, पेट के लिए मंद मंद गति से धीरे धीरे चलना जो होता है, that is a good exercise for stomach. Then he says riding for the head, घुड़सवारी या साइकिल राइडिंग, जो साइकिलिंग आल्सो, साइकिलिंग इज गुड फॉर स्टोमक, फॉर योर legs also, but it is also good. Rather, horse riding is very good for the head and likewise. So if a man's wit is wandering, अगर कोई व्यक्ति है जिसका दिमाग कंसंट्रेट नहीं होता है, तो it is suggested, or Bacon suggests here, that person should be made to read mathematics. But that person must not be a mutton head or a pudding face like Anand Sumitra. मेरी तरह का नहीं कि आप मैथमेटिक्स पढ़ा दीजिएगा, दे दीजिए पढ़ने के लिए, आई विल डू नथिंग, मेरा दिमाग में कंसंट्रेट होगा ही नहीं. Let him study the mathematics. For in demonstration, if his wit is called away never so little, he must be it again wit. If someone fails to show his wit, so he should be allowed to go through some poets, and likewise. So in the essay, Bacon very nicely, very clearly highlights the different aspects, different nuances, different forms, different aims and objectives of studies. The very purpose of studies is handled very carefully by the essayist. Why should one read? What is the result of reading? What does a man get after reading? And how a man should use it, use the items which he has gone through, which he has learnt from the books, from the teachers in his life. What is the difference between bookish knowledge and practical knowledge? That has also been emphasized, that has also been differentiated. Further, Bacon comes with the 3 categories of books. One should be tested, the other should be swallowed, and there are very few books which are chewed and digested. Then he comes, reading maketh a full man, conference a ready man, and writing an exact man. So this essay of Bacon is complete in itself. It encompasses ENCOMPASSES. It encompasses almost all the things related to studies. We have got the glimpse of Bacon's genius here. We have also enjoyed his aphoristic style. We have also tested his aphorism here. We have also witnessed his scientific thinking, his disciplined creation, you can say, of sentences. Almost everything is being displayed by the essay regarding or about the essayist. I have tried my level best to drive this essay home to all of you people. Hope you must have succeeded in picking up the thread. So it will be my suggestion. Now in my online classes I have started giving suggestions also. However, I am not a person to suggest. You know that this person, a bird brain man, a pudding face, but it will be my suggestion to you people to go through the essay on your own. Your examination is near. It might be conducted at any time. So go through the essay, go through the other topics also, go through the other books also. Prepare yourself, start preparing yourself for the coming examination. And likewise, you must try to parrot the answers. You must try to write the answers, and at the same time you must try to save yourself also from this deadly corona. You must maintain the social distancing. You must try others. You must suggest others to do the same. However, there is no reason to be panicked, because you know nothing is certain, nothing is sure upon this earth. Result is not in our hand, as Krishna says, but we have to perform. We have to act wisely, judiciously. We must strengthen ourselves to fight bravely against this epidemic. We will be victorious. We will win, and this deadly disease, deadly epidemic is going to lose. It's all over for today's class. However, Bacon is such a great personality, or this essay is so important that a person like me, having a very little knowledge, can't do much justice either to Bacon or his essays. But in my limited capacity, I have tried to make you understand as far as I have understood Bacon, as far as I have got some ideas regarding the essay. Now, if you have any problem in understanding, in comprehending the lines, you are requested to send your problems through your comments, and I will try my level best to sort out those problems of yours. Your problems should always be welcomed. Your suggestions will also be welcomed. Do make some suggestions also. Do subscribe this channel and enjoy watching the channel. Thank you. God bless you all.